Welcome to Shri and Kira Live, the voice of passionate action. Celebrating 21 years of continual public service, Shri and Kira offer you the blessing of the experience of I am as you are. Enjoy timeless wisdom, divine inspiration, community connection, and joyful fun. Discover your best life filled with the peace, love, and joy of the Yoga of Self-Ascension as you ignite your dreams with the law of instantaneous manifestation. And now, sit back and relax and welcome Shri and Kira.
Namaste, beloved ones, and welcome to Shri and Kira Live. I am wisdom teacher Sri Ramka.
And beaming you love from the heart of the world right here at Tosa Blue Mountain, Ecuador, I am Master Lady Kira Ra, and welcome to an extraordinary journey. We are so grateful to be with you today.
We are really celebrating this month of incredible choice. August is a most powerful month. I think many of you have been feeling the various undercurrents, and sometimes when these undercurrents come up, we tend to bury our head into more activities. This is your moment to take a breath. Let's just do that together right now.
Yeah.
Breathing into our hearts. We come into present time. August is indeed a powerful, powerful time. It's a container of ascension, a container of transformation, and it is truly the month in which the law of instantaneous manifestation becomes ever more available to be known, to be aligned with, and to command. We are at a time, beloved ones, on this planet where there is so much going on, so much opportunity that we need to take this time out, this Sunday moment, to be with community, to be with our own ascended hearts, and to remember that we are guided and that all is well.
So taking in a beautiful Ave Saw breath as we're experiencing all of you that are with us right now. We want to invite you into this moment of the reigning, and remember it's that REIGN, the reigning Mercury Retrograde. And remember last week was what? It was that jump. It was Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It was very much ready. We together came forward, and I do, Shri, I want to bow and I want to give a big shout out to Fanny and Vigari, who are our special musical guests at the 4th Attunement at Monday Mastery, to all of you that were with us live, to all of you that have received this in the rebroadcast. That eternal life activation was outside of all of our experience of any aspect of what it was to be. It was that ready moment, because to be ready is to be the embodiment of trust itself. To be ready is to be the living embodiment of trust. And remember that we have already gone through this extraordinary month where that 8-8 Lion's Gate brought forward the balance, the harmonic that beautiful portal of the benevolent masculine, the aligned empowered feminine in complete harmony as I am here. And I invite you right now, you don't know what we just did? All we did was claim the sea of neutrality and an open heart. You want to learn how to do that? Really easy. You begin with your hands in prayer position. You put them right in front of your heart space. There you go. And that's the I, because it really centers you right here, right? It's just that moment of presence. And then the am, the embodiment, and I'm going to go sideways so you can see it. We turn our hands. So it's I am. You get that? I am. So it looks this way. We're still at heart space, really important to be. And sometimes if you're not accustomed to keeping things at your heart space, use your thumbs, right? Go up to heart space, open your thumbs, keep them right there at your heart. So I am. And the here is a very powerful connection at the wrist. You see my wrists right there? That is the here. It's these fingers, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, right? I am here, as Shri is demonstrating. And then I'm going to kind of bow down a little bit. You see that? What is this? This is, I am here as the sea of neutrality, holding the space of my heart in presence for all.
Mm-hmm.
And then we bring our hands to prayer position again. We ignite our star consciousness, which, if you don't know what that is, right here at our YouTube channel, Official Shri and Kira, just search for star video or star consciousness or star practice and you'll find it. So we finish our I am here, holding open the presence of the namaste, I am as you are, igniting star conscious presence, so that even though these words are coming and being emitted through this body of form in this moment, our complete presence is received. And the eternal spiral of ascended awareness ignites every time we are together. And as Shri is so beautifully holding right now, really breathe that in. We are together. The unified field of presence opened on 8/8. And as we went through a peak, remember that 8/8 was the second of 2 peak up-level moments for the entire year. For the entire year, right? And so as we opened that on 8/8 last week, through that amplification of first the August 1 full moon. Remember, it's 2 full moons this month.
Yeah, big month.
We're not done. Even though this month has gone like this, we're just getting here. This is the moment. Remember, it started on the 18th last week. And so as we have this gift in front of us right now, as we have gone through that first full moon, as we have gone through that peak up level, as we entered into that extraordinary eyes wide open new moon, last week was the ready, that eternal life activation, a day to really notice what's going on. That was Tuesday. Wednesday was the set, putting everything into alignment. And Friday was go. Notice your life just the past 48 hours. What has happened? What has come before you since you went to bed Thursday night and woke up Friday morning? Notice, and then notice again, and then notice again, because everything is coming together right now. We are in go. So bringing your hands to your heart, as I say that, Shri, I'm inclined to ask everyone, so when we say that, okay, we're in go, right? So if we're in go, how does that feel for you right now? What are you noticing? Are you holding your breath, or are you excited? You feeling something in your tummy? What are you noticing, Shri?
I feel a sense of excitement.
Right?
That there's this immediacy to my life experience, that in one moment it's and in another moment there aren't, I'm not feeling poetic enough to come up with nice adjectives. But what I can share, and I'm sure that many of you can relate, is that we have been supported to propel ourselves forward.
There it is.
And the support and the propulsion is going to be experienced differently by different people. My could be your yeah, So have fun with that. The idea here is that there is nothing to resist.
There. Breathe that in.
And as we breathe in and smile at our lives and smile at these energies that are having an influence, it doesn't mean you can't override them or direct them in some fashion, but they are definitely having an influence. Mm-hmm. And as we relax and trust, we will find that our guidance, our divine mastery presence, comes forward quite naturally to assist us to chart the next step. To whether the path is winding or direct, what is important is it's your path, and that you are in your trust of your heart-centered divine nature.
The trust of your heart-centered divine nature. I am here as you are. And let's go to Shri. Let's put up that August calendar. I want you to really dive in and take a look at the August calendar, the right now where we're at, because as I mentioned, it all started last week. So let's go back. You see, we had the 14, 16, 18 was the ready, set, go. Now, for those of you that may not be aware, on the 18th, that was indeed the Jupiter-Mars when that all came together. And in that Jupiter-Mars conjunction, that is a propulsion. It is a dance. It is a weaving. And remember that if you have any questions about anything or any sharings, just pop it in the chat at YouTube, where Sue's going to be sending those over to us as well. And the reason I'm mentioning is you might be going, well, wait a minute, Kara, what's going on Wednesday? I see this symbol. And I also noticed last Wednesday, the 16th and the 30th, right? So I want you to feel what's happening. Go back to August 3rd. On August 3rd, that diamond represented the moment that the Mercury retrograde that's going to begin on Wednesday, officially begin on Wednesday. We've been in it since the 3rd. But I mean, officially begin reigning, R-E-I-G-N and R-A-I-N. It's going to rain, baby. It's going to rain. It's going to pour. All the momentum, all the things, everything is in that moment of coagulation, and it's intense, and it began on Friday. Like I said, what happened when you went to bed last Thursday night, from the moment you woke up Friday morning until where we are right now? We are only just a couple days into this, but this energy, and I really want to call it, Shri, a cacophony of chaotic complexity. How's that, guys?
The three C's.
Right? It's a cacophony of chaotic complexity, but what it's doing is look up top. I want you to read what's up top. And what it says is that it's the complex meeting of the human with the technological that will discover its intersection and create a new 16-23-30. 16-23-30. Remember those dates. Those are those 3 Wednesdays you were just looking at. Last Wednesday, the 16th, we dove into that lion's, the open eye of the lion. We're able to be in the clarity of that new moon, in that creation. And then on Friday, that Jupiter-Mars amplification came in and said, go. It's time. Take off the whatever's been holding you back. It's go time. And what's so potent about this go time is the imminence of this profound Mercury retrograde. And that's what you're seeing on the 23rd. That's why this Mars Jupiter amplification that happened on Friday is like beating. It's a drum. And I just keep using that metaphor over and over again. It's like boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
What is your drum beating? What does your drum sound like? What is your drum saying? Is it a happy drum? Is it a sad drum? Is it a meditative drum? Is it a call to arms drum? What is the drum? Because the drums are all beating right now. And that brings us to your physical body. So Shri, I want to show them the ascended numerology for August, because you have been on a ride, my angels, and it has been quite a huge one. And remember that this is all about the living energy of the choice of conscious ascension. And so right now in this moment, I want you to look at August 18. That was Friday. Now, you notice I have there, it's a 5, which is also a prime number, but we arrived at that 5 through the influence of a double 7. So that created the lifeline, and I'm calling it the trampoline. So look at the clock, look at the wheel. If you look down near the bottom of the wheel, what you see is where I put in the word lifeline. And Shri, you see the 5 and the 7? It almost reminds me of like the scale. Right? Like the 7 and the 5, balance. Right? Are right? And that 6 is sitting there going, whoa, right? And so here we are right now. We are the balancing energy of the 5 against a double 7. And we have been holding on to this energy since Friday. And here's what's going to happen. On the 23rd, we are going to do the wide swing, and it's a wide swing that does not take us through the infinite. It's just a wide swing that when this Mercury begins, we all arrive at the cardinal point of the 9 as itself. And that's why it's a second lifeline. Oh, wow. So we opened up this lifeline on Friday, and this one looks like a trampoline that's going to bring us to the 9 lifeline that's literally standing there saying, hold on, I've got you. And over on the physical manifest side, I want all of you to notice, this is why we've been teaching you the I am here as the sea of neutrality. Practice that practice often. It's all about the high heart. And in this very moment, it's your truth that is being called into your vision. Your truth is being called into your vision. Get ready for that wide propulsion that's going to happen as Mercury comes in, because Mercury's coming in, baby, and it's coming in big and it's coming in strong.
There's a lot there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just take a moment, because, Kira and I, we get going, we get sharing, we get animated with the enthusiasm of the recognitions. And it's really important for each of us that is participating. That means you, because you are participating, right?
Of course.
For each of us that's participating, when we receive information, it goes through a certain filtering process, whether it's our mental filter, our emotional filters, what's going on, our physical body, our belief systems, etc. It's imperative, if we want to live a conscious life, that we breathe frequently with presence, to return to present time, to return to now. And in the breathing, we then are better able to be the witness of all that we are experiencing. And in the witnessing, we begin to discover the truth that is now being revealed.
There it is.
The truth that is being revealed. And this is the gift of a conscious life.
Now, I have to jump in, Sri, because he got it. He queued us up, right? Truth revealed, TR. But when that truth is revealed and we understand spiritual tenacity, we create trust.
Yes.
Truth revealed, understanding, spiritual tenacity. So when you are brought to the gateway of truth being revealed, it is the invitation to understand that is through the connection to your spiritual tenacity. And that's the moment we're in right now. I love how Sri brought us right back there, because we're in that moment, right? It's that 5. Right, all about our truth right now. So remember that, because it's all about our truth right now, and especially in that Mars opposition. And remember, if you have any questions, you want to be putting those into the chat for Sue to get forwarded to us. But because we're in this moment where Mercury is getting ready to reign, what is that doing in your life experience?
Wow. So that's one of those questions you just be with. And
we're going to attack in the second half of the show. So be with it for a few minutes.
Be with it, because it is a revelation.
Yes.
A conscious spiritual existence is an ever-present revelation. More and more is revealed. And how could it be otherwise? Life is not a static, fixed point. Life is an engagement with the energy of you in an expanding universe. Life is simply letting in forever the eternal.
Oh, are we going to a lot of these now?
Yeah, we're doing it.
Oh, I hope
L-I-F-E, let
stop.
in
Can
forever.
We stop?
And it was just queued up, had to say it. But here's the piece that I really wish to share, is that the moment we seek to impose concepts and beliefs upon our experience, we start collapsing that experience into a finite, causal, repetitive, think we got a good control over it kind of experience. And we'll do that until something shakes it up. The thing is, when we are anchored here, when we're anchored in our heart-centered divine mastery presence, we are able to be with the unfoldment, to be with the present moment, and that's delicious.
Oh yeah,
that's where the juice is. That's the edge that is being revealed, and therein is the continuous experience of joy.
In every single way. I love that, Sri. That is just so extraordinary. Perfect. I love it. And, one of the things that I want to share with you is that Sri mentioned the word witnessing. And let's not forget, and because this is really important as Mercury is getting ready to reign, right? When Mercury comes in right now, we are already in it. What has been reassembling for you? Now, as you're gazing at this, I want you to look around at the top. Look at the cardinal direction. See at the top and the bottom, and you see those pyramids coming in. Then you see how it's like it's coming in around everything. And you see in the 7th dimension, the expanding portal of conscious awareness through witnessing. So bring your eyes right now all the way down to that 3rd dimension. And you see that pyramid energy that's emitting from the fifth. You see where it says fifth, the witnesser. What is happening in this moment is that we are all, as a species that has been evolving through conscious awareness and having these extraordinary dances with density, we are all in this moment, and this Mercury that's going to reign is calling in the crown of the seventh dimension. So as you're gazing in the middle here, you see that pyramid. Notice that the tip of that pyramid goes to right about what would seem to be the mouth space of the head of that angel holding open the fifth dimension. The reason that is there is because in order to sustain fifth dimensional presence as the witnesser, only your truth can be the active presence of who you are as I am. And that is where many self-limit. Because in the third dimension, and this is very, very common, it's really the first level, and it's very, very rudimentary, and you've all been there, right? It's very much about being in the now, being in the moment. That's the third dimension, is calling you enough to stillness to be able to see beyond the self, to become the witnesser of yourself through the energy of love, through the energy of self-love, through the energy of forgiveness. That's how you sustain the witnesser, when you're able to gaze at the actions that have come through this body of form through the blessing of that awakened presence. And what sustains that field, what sustains that energy, and you notice it's very much more equilateral, is very much your truth being showered into that radiance. But if you look up top, that light ignites and the crown opens and you stand up. Notice the greatest presence here is the seventh dimension.
Yes.
See that? It's the greatest presence. So you stand and you rise and you lift into the seventh dimension, sustained by the fuel of the sea of neutrality that affirms you as the witnessing entity, informed awareness. And the seventh dimension is sustained. You ready? It's easy. It's through the release of judgment. Release of judgment. And what I find so powerful, Sri, is that so many of these coincide with the 4 steps of self-ascension, right? That Archangel Zadkiel, I'll never forget way back when Archangel Zadkiel said so clearly to us that these are the 4 steps. They're in no specific order. And you're gonna constantly cycle through them. And there'll times when you're cycling up through them, and there might be times when you're cycling back down through them. There's times when you might be spiking.
You can do that if you want.
Spiraling laterally, right? But it all brings us back to the blessing of this moment, which is that in this Mercury retrograde, the crown that you are ready to wear, the reign of your remembrance reassembled into that which shows the most beautiful vision, is ready to go. Pretty exciting stuff.
Wow. No, truly, truly.
I think so.
And there's a couple of points that you made that I want to come back and
Please,
emphasize.
let's.
So,
including, I'm hot.
well.
Go ahead, honey.
Okay. We talked, Kira mentioned a minute or so ago about the 5th chakra and this energy. I want to come back there for a moment, because this is so integral to living a harmonious life while having a body. You know, there's so many beautiful beings out there. They meditate, they open up their upper chakras, they get all kinds of visions and information and guidance and truly the opportunity to have a much wider context for living, which can be a very beautiful thing. But that information needs to come down and be accepted by the body of form in order to have harmony, in order to have an integrated spiritual existence while in form. And for this to go here, guess what it has to pass through? The throat. The throat is like a funnel, the throat chakra. Similarly, your physicality, your heart, your love, that heart chakra is so powerful. And as we begin to relax our need to have dominion over people, places, and things, and move into a more of a harmonious flow, and our heart expands through compassion, through that 5th dimensional energy, which we just looked at the chart. The 5th dimension is about clarity and compassion. Those are the number one hallmark qualities. How does this information get up to help influence and anchor the guidance? It has to pass through the throat. So I don't mean to be remedial. I just want to emphasize how important it is that we all honor the truth chakra as really the litmus test of our authenticity.
You know, Sri, that is so important. You know, I want them to see what you're talking about, because here's the other side of this, guys. Remember that the August 18 Mars effect, right? That 5 prime that has you in your truth is there as a double 7. And Sri, that double 7 is our vision.
Yes.
That double 7 is, and remember that those numbers do not line up to what a chakra is. The numbers you're seeing on the body line up to where they are on the wheels. So I think this is really important to share, Sri, because again, on the 23rd, coming right up, we're gonna go, and you look at the body here, we are gonna go from our truth chakra, which has a lifeline in our vision, and all of it is gonna go piling into our high heart right up on the 23rd. And that's the gift. That's your crown. The crown is the gift of your truth, married with your vision through the sequencing of your divine mastery presence brought into this formed experience for the highest service of all. When we gift ourselves with the unified field of sincerity, love, and presence, miracles happen all ways, right? It just always does. And that's where we are right now. And that's what you're demonstrating. And that's what Shree's sharing. Remember that when your body right now, your truth chakra is your throat, your vision is the entire head. Yeah. And I am here sustains and holds the high heart. This is a moment, this month is about the high heart. And I want to digress a moment and share something with you, because it's just such the epitome of the choice and informed awareness. And Shri and I have been very busily working behind the scenes here at Tosa Blue Mountain. And so much so that my husband broke ground on a brand new, extraordinary, OMG, huge second stage, because we have the blessing and the honor that so many different tribes are coming to conclave. This has gone beyond a gathering for the equinox. This has gone beyond we're doing ceremonies together. This is real issues, real solutions in real time as this world calls it forward. And I will share with you that some people, we've been getting a lot of local media. We're starting to get broader media. It's becoming, it's really, really, the movement is getting very large. And this conclave came organically. Yes,
it just spontaneously emerged.
And literally, and everyone is coming. Yeah. And what is so profound is that I really want to bow before Darwin Rodriguez, because as those of you that have been supporting Global Minga for these years know, and are continuing to support, and thank you for being part of our mastery mentorship teams, we can keep this alive and really support. But as the spiritual leader of 21 unified tribes, there are tribes that will be coming that are so remote that they are literally starving to death and without water, because they don't even understand how to build a rainwater catchment system.
They've never had to do this in the past.
And so it's outside their comprehension. It rains, we have water. There's always water. There's always fish. We can eat without dying. We can hunt. And the cultural degradation along the rivers and the pollution and the literal what's happening, it's more than this time. It is a movie, and we are creating it, and we are calling everyone to come help us with this, because what's going to happen is on the morning of September 20th, all of us that are here in person will arise. We will be with Darwin Rodriguez, who is bringing Yoko for everyone, and all of the tribal elders that are here. We are going to accomplish, and it'll wind up being 5 days together, 20, 21, 22, 23 through the morning of the 24th. Every tribal elder will get to share what's happening in their community. What are their needs? What is happening with them? How are they living? And we are filming it all. We are coming together, and we are so honored and grateful that along with all the tribal elders, wonderful wild monk Jerry will be here, Jerry Anderson, who will not only be participating in the conclave, he will also be sharing wisdom through the conclave. Lawrence Singer is going to be here live on site, and Lawrence is the man who brought Afro beats to the world through the weaving of music, through the weaving of cultural stories, through the weaving of bringing these people together. So many are telling us we can't do this. So many are telling us that they won't trust themselves, that they can't, that this can't happen. What we know is that the rainforest renaissance is now. And on September 22nd, live from the Pyramid of Peace. If you cannot be here with us live, and you'll have to wait for the documentary that we are getting done, we are calling all the warriors that are really here to do this with the spirit of peace, love, joy, and getting this done. But on the 22nd, 8 p.m. Eastern time, if you're not here with us throughout those days of gathering, please be with us for that hour and a half. Mark it in your calendar now. Get to ShriandKira.com, learn more about it. Shri, what do you want to share? Because there's just so much happening. This matters for the world. It is our moment we're unifying around the water and around our need for water and all rainforests.
Yes. We are in an essential time where the awakening of humanity includes taking good care of our neighbors, the citizens of the earth, the wingeds, the four-leggeds, the human beings, the waters, the mountains, the streams. This isn't about a singular activistic cause. This is about a state of consciousness that recognizes the interweaving of all as a fabric of loving support. And in that interweaving, sometimes we need to walk through individual perspectives to find a perspective that unifies rather than polarizes. And thus the conclave that has spontaneously emerged as these different native peoples, these indigenous peoples, are coming from the Amazon to Tosa Blue Mountain to sit, to celebrate, to feast together, to dance together, to talk together, to share. And in that sharing, we are co-creating the container of the unified world. And we will be filming, we will be sharing, and we invite you to be with us in your energetic body, to be holding the space of positivity, love, acceptance, to be saying this is good for all of us.
And we've had some brilliant filmmakers volunteer, everyone, and that's why this film is going to send a message to the world. Everyone's a volunteer. And that even all the elders coming are not coming for money. They are all coming because we know it is time.
Yes.
And so we will try to get some YouTube lives out during the day. And we have some questions from you all. And I want to read one, Shri, that I think is really important for us to bring forward. We've got a lot going on. We're going to get to more of them as well. However, this one ties into the Mercury retrograde. It ties into a lot of where we are right now. So Shri, your eyes are better than mine. So would you read that for us, please?
You bet.
All right. Let's bring our hands to our heart. And remember, you can put your questions over there at YouTube if you're joining us live, and Sue's going to get them to us.
All right. So this first sharing comes from...
And that whole thing is the sharing.
Got it. Cosmonian Starlight, who shares, I've been learning immense amounts of lessons since I met Shri and Kira and since the Celestine prophecy, but everything is the opposite in this evil place. I'm being left behind, and at the same time, I'm not. I'm so confused as I move mountains, setting examples, but get threatened and treated more every day as I'm doing what I came to Earth to do. My birthright is joy, and I'm denied it more every day. So
I got to jump in.
There's a dance.
Right, there's a dance, but there's also confirmation. So first and foremost, Cosmonian Starlight, welcome home.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, sweetheart. We understand everything you're going through because we all, in our own way, this is the gift. Remember that evil is, it's kind of like Forrest Gump, evil is as evil does, right? Instead of stupid, but evil exists in the realm of the conscious awareness of density expressing in form. And so we all have walked through that valley. And so often, I really enjoy that, though I may walk through the valley of death, I fear no evil. because the greatest gift you have is the love of self. Everything you said, you are creating miracles, you are moving mountains. All the other stuff is how interference gets through. You know, I won't even begin to enunciate all the ways interference has tried to stop Sri and I just even in the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
And the gift is that every time something comes in front of us, every time something comes and looks at us and says, and has the opportunity to manifest in form and has the opportunity for the brain to say, I'm being stolen, that's victim consciousness. The only one that can take my joy away is me. The only one that can take love away from me is me. And so I am as you are. The day, I'm just going to share it again because it was one of the best days of my life. But it was the day I looked in the mirror and realized that the only thing I had in common with those 4 other husbands was me. 6 weeks later, Sri showed up in my life. It's that moment of being able to gaze at yourself and smile. It's that, I'm going to put it up again because thank you for bringing up this validation. I just love, love, love when that happens. There it is. So it's that moment where in the 9th dimension, which is such an exquisite place to live, you are constantly the witness, often misunderstood by others because of childlike giddiness and the experience of the smile and the depth of your enthusiasm and your ability to create and call forward. Because in the 9th dimension, as the witness, you see how the wings come around. You see how that 7th dimensional goes up there. In the 9th dimensional presence of the witness, the 7th dimensional witnessing is releasing judgment and holding unconditional love, as that 5th dimensional witnesser is in that compassionate action that is being modeled into 3rd dimensional bodies of form. We are each informed awareness. And in August right now, together, and on 8/8, that unified field of the masculine feminine stepped forward and said, hello, humanity. Hello, potentiality. You ready? Because here's the key. We can all choose to let anything that's perceived as evil stop us. We can all choose to let every bad thing that could ever happen to us stop us. We could all choose to let the physical body start acting out so terribly that it stops us. Those are choices. If you never read one of our bestsellers, 2012, You Have a Choice, the only thing we did wrong with that book was put the word 2012 on it. Go find it in the secondary market, see if we have any left, but go read it, because you have a choice 100% of the time. And Sri, I think it brings us to, do we have a victim loop here to show them? Which
down near the bottom.
is that? No. Is that it? Let's try that one. Well, there we go. Why don't you, because
Sure.
that's any time we feel that we've been cheated, robbed, stolen, we're still somewhere self-sabotaging.
It's very interesting. Oftentimes the orientation of a victim is stimulated simply through the innocence of doubt or hesitancy.
That's powerful, Sri.
And that your good mind may say, well, I have good reason to doubt, or I have a good reason to be hesitant. But what it does is it feeds the uncertainty and the sense that there's a power out there that is bigger than you and is going to hurt you in some fashion. And thus the victim energy perpetuates and creates a Velcro that attracts more of those experiences. So as you look at this graphic, this is a beautiful graphic, the cycle of self-sabotage. And you can see the trinity of victim, rescuer, and abuser intersecting with the trinity of fear, doubt, and hesitancy.
Now, before you go any further, I want to interrupt, because if you look through, guys, you see what's behind there? That's you. Remember, you are the 0-point generator. You are the eternal presence. And so even in this Taurus field, what Sri is just showing you is you're still spinning a Merkaba. The question is, what is your Merkaba spinning? And this is really important.
And in that spin, it calls to you experiences that continue to confirm the spin.
Exactly.
To perpetuate it.
And that's what it's saying there. It's a density trifecta that sustains and creates it as propellant as the Merkaba of density consciousness.
Yes.
So really take a moment and breathe that in. because you're always going to have a Merkaba. Go ahead, Sri,
No,
please.
no, no.
No. I love it.
What's
I
alive
hope you guys are loving it too. I'm going to check more of your questions.
What's alive in me right
Guys
now
rock.
is to invite us to pause and enter a healing moment.
Oh, let's do that.
So, by
And
way
tons
of,
more,
of, of segue here, remember that the fifth dimensional energy, which everybody touches so frequently, is the energy of compassion. It's kindness, it's clarity. And the seventh dimensional energy is the non-judgment. You know, as our wonderful teacher, healer, mentor, the poet Rumi said, out beyond all ideas of right doing and wrongdoing, there is a field. I will meet you there. Yeah. That's your seventh dimensional field.
Ooh,
So,
I love that.
how do we, in a practical sense, move from that fifth to the seventh? And let alone anchor in the fifth. This technique is called forgiveness. But the piece I want to impart today is a little nuance that I invite you to let in and look at this. We all understand that forgiveness means releasing our attachment to something that has happened.
Right?
It's freeing ourselves from the Velcro of a hurt.
Or, if I may, freeing yourself from all thoughts of a better past.
There it is. Forgiveness means giving up all hope of a better past.
Let it go. Free yourself.
Here's the piece I want to offer to our beloved listener who is stimulating so much of this
And we have
discussion.
so many more as well. And thank you.
Add this, as we do our healing work, and every one of us has healing work to do in order to anchor more fully in the ascended state. We bounce around, but periodically we get triggered, right? So try this on. I now unconditionally forgive myself for showing up to be hurt through the polarized perspectives. I now unconditionally forgive myself for showing up to be hurt through the perspectives that have caused me pain. I'm doing the best I know how, given my state of consciousness. Now, you can play with the wording to make it really sink in, but the intention here is to recognize that we showed up to participate in the pain-based interactions.
Nobody forced you.
We showed up. It was a choice, perhaps not fully conscious, but we did it.
Regardless, right? Just, and it's not about blaming or letting others get off. Remember that. This is about you.
This is about freedom.
Exactly. This is about you.
So everyone understands that when I forgive a perpetrator, we're basically saying I'm choosing to unhook from them.
Right.
But remember to forgive yourself for showing up to play the game. I forgive myself for showing up to participate in this cycle of hurt. I did the best I knew how, given my state of consciousness at the time. Those are the magic phrases that will help you release when said with sincerity and clear intention, and lift.
How fun is that, right? How fun is that? So, Sri, speaking of how fun it is, I'm just going to let you, here, we left off right there. We're going to start right there.
Start with Gary.
All right. Hey, Gary.
Hey, Gary shares, I would love to witness people waking up to their magnificent divine nature. Thank you for helping me see mine. I love you guys. Namaste.
Well, Gary, you know what? Every time you see yours, you are seeing them. That's the gift, is it not? I love Archangel Zadkiel. Keep your eyes on the divine at all times. And when we do, the divine sees us as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, many blessings.
Okay. I don't know if this is continuing with Gary. What a great example of being present, even in discomfort. You are the extraordinary example, Master Lady Kira Ra. Thank you for the clearing, Sri.
Oh, well, thank you for your kindness, beloved one.
Yeah.
Remember that through our divine embodiment, this body can sustain 120 years. However, it is needed to be in direct conscious awareness with the ascended presence at all times. And thereby, the younger you are, as you invite that awareness into you, the faster that your circuitry reboots. My circuitry is not rebooting as quickly as yours can, because I was the one that had to demonstrate it for you. Sri is demonstrating it as well. And so as we each begin to demonstrate, thank you for knowing that what we are really modeling for each other is that our trust and knowing in our divine mastery empowerment is without any zero chinks. I am here.
I am here.
And I am as you are. And together we are better.
And so it is.
Yes.
Let's take a breath. Rainbow Star Blue shares a blessed thought I recently received to meditate through. And there's a quote here. I soften as I take care of myself from deep inner security.
From deep inner security. I deserve because I was born. This is very much a first chakra declaration.
And a
Absolutely.
foundation of trust.
Very much about
so essential.
Exactly. Moving from fear to trust. Remember that our first, second, and third chakras, that's the essence of the foundation of self-ascension. We are traditionally, our first three chakras are safety, sex, and power, right? I want to feel safe. I want to feel safe. This even uses the word, right? Security, right? I want to be secure. I want to be safe. I want to make sure my basic needs are met. It's a very good foundational meditation because it's saying, I am safe. Because when we believe that, when we own that, we transcend the first chakra from safety to peace. And those are very different energies because safety is based in density and peace is based in the trust of universal awareness. So fabulous. Thank you for sharing.
Right. And I just want to accent that she shares, I take care of myself. Self-love.
Yes.
Self-love,
right?
I trust, I take care of. Go.
Fifth dimensional, right? Compassion for the self, holding higher conscious awareness. Namaste.
All right, more sharing. Jerry shares, smiling. Our drumming circle got canceled today because it's raining outside.
REIGN. And it is. It's not canceled. It's happening. Remember, we're in the universal drum. We've been drumming since the 18th.
As she continues, I am excited to be at Tosa Blue Mountain for the equinox.
We're excited to welcome you. We'll make sure we get you drumming. And I would encourage you to be drumming yourself. And all of you have drums at home, pull them out. This drum beat began on Friday the 18th, and it's not going to stop until Mercury reigns, until that crown of remembrance is placed on the 23rd.
All right, a couple more quick sharings here. No Name shares, I always have a smile during a broadcast with Master Lady Kira Ra and Sri Ram Ka. So grateful.
We
And
always
we are
do
grateful
too.
for you.
Exactly. We look forward to our time with you. It is truly one of the highlights of our month are these 2 Sundays with you.
And I'm reminded, lest anyone forget, everything is reflected.
Right?
We love you. We feel you. We are enhanced through this connection.
In every way.
All of us are.
Yes.
All right. Multi-dimensional Muse shares great wisdom. Thank you so much, Sri and Kira.
Thank you, Angel.
And Amelia says, profound, forgiving myself.
Yes.
You go.
Yes, that's where it all begins, right? It begins because to forgive yourself takes courage. It takes the courage to smile and not blame or shame or feel whatever it is that seeks to take you away from the divine master informed awareness that you are as I am. Just breathe that in. There we are.
Now, there's a couple sharings here that are very interesting reflections of the times.
Okay.
Patricia shares,
Hi, Patricia.
The frequencies coming into the earth, are these frequencies causing my ear ringing and lightheadedness?
So here's one of the things I want to share with you. There's a lot of head symptoms right now. Why? That's 7 vision. Remember that? Mm-hmm. And that's been very big in August, but also tying ourselves to the shifting earth ties our consciousness to a limited expansiveness. So I want to invite a rephrase of the question into how can I, in my ascended presence, witness the shifting frequencies of the earth, to behold and call forward the blessings I contain to participate in this new creation. So just really breathe that in because we are at the moment of the reframe of the questions themselves. And thank you for bringing that in.
And that actually leads us to this next one.
Cool.
Janet shares also
Hi, Janet.
Experiencing many forms of communication breakdowns.
Yes.
Why, she asked.
Okay, and this is happening, and I'm so grateful you put in many forms. Go back to the homepage of Sri and Kira and look at the 5 medicines of the Yoga of Self-Ascension. These communication breakdowns, I also really quickly, let me just very quickly put up the August calendar again, because you'll see right there at the top that we talked about this in August, that because of that second spiral, and I mentioned this already earlier today, it's that complex meeting of the human with the technological. We are at an intersection that we have not ever been at before. We are all creating anew. And so what's happening is that it's not so much a miscommunication or a miscommunication breakdown. We are in an entirely new way of learning how to communicate, and it's affecting all of the medicines. I would strongly recommend that if you have not in a while, and it is at our website, just scroll on the homepage and you'll find it. I think it's down near the bottom. Grab, it's free, it's our gift to the world. Grab the Evasive Dream Practice. Go get it. It's on our website, and really take into your conscious dream space the creation that you are wanting to communicate. Take into your conscious dream space the form of communication that is easy for you. I am probably the last person on the planet that does not, nor will I, carry a cell phone. And so you are not a victim, and you are not, there is no thing holding you back except a lack of vision. And that's the gift right now, is to really find that through this experience.
Remember that communication relies on a context.
Right?
And if the context is at the frequency of density and fear and polarity, communications that arise from there are not easily understood by a more ascended consciousness,
Right.
nor does the person residing at that level really understand what the ascended one is saying. It just, it misses.
Well, this is important, Sri, because this is ascended sanity and density sanity.
Yes.
Remember, to the one who is aligned with density sanity, they will always think you're insane. They will not understand. It's really what Sri is saying. They cannot even understand what they don't. How can you even comprehend what you cannot understand, right? How can you even begin? That is where you're dealing with. So the gift of ascended awareness, the gift of your ascended conscious awareness, is to literally live the epitome of love them, they know not what they do. You know, this was also said so beautifully by the beloved Krishnamurti.
Yeah.
Krishnamurti said this so clearly, that until you fully anchor into your conscious awareness, you are not responsible. Now, that does not mean you don't have ramifications. What it means is that your consciousness is incapable of even seeing the solutions until you yourself are able to be freed through the self-awareness moment to have mercy on you and move into that state of awakened beingness. And this is why Sri and I have this conversation often. This is why so many people get to 99.9 and can't do it. Because it means you have to really look at yourself. It means you have to take responsibility. It also means that people like Sri and I will be in your face because we're just going to be authentic. And so the gift is that you're in ours. That's why we've sustained, Sri and I have sustained 21 years in your face, and we're still here. We've been here longer than a lot of people that have had a lot more press and publicity, because we're real, as are you. And that's why we've watched your children grow up. Many of you are in our second and third generation, and what a gift. It's because of you that we are all here now. It is why humanity has arrived at this moment. It is why this Mercury retrograde that's coming in on Wednesday is literally putting a crown on you. The question is, what kind of crown are you wearing, and do you even see it? Not everyone will even know it's there. There will be many who will be crowned the king of whatever it is, or the queen, or whatever it is that's what's around you. Your crown is forming. Imagine that, all these beautiful pieces. And, one of the things that Sri and I always have handy in every one of our rooms are our great kaleidoscopes, right? And so I got this great one at Amazon. This is so cool. And so why not give yourself, wow, you guys look amazing, right? I'm reshuffling.
Dancing with fractals.
There we are. Yeah, right. So why not? What is your kaleidoscope building right now? Right now.
And also, I want to reinforce,
please,
that part of walking your earth walk and being in form is to be living the applied wisdom. Now, what I mean by this is there are beings, many of them actually, on the planet that are very much in survival mode and very much a density consciousness. And to people that are operating in that context of being, as is their right to exist there.
Right?
If you are interacting with them from that sense of kindness and abundant flow, many times they will think that you're stupid, that you're giving away the farm, and they want to take advantage. Because in their context, that's a sign of weakness, that you're not guarding everything.
Remember, your greatest strength is your trust.
So as you witness this, you can make your wise choices. I'm not saying don't be kind. I'm saying become a wise,
spiritual discernment,
discerning being. And so these layers of evolution happen throughout every level in our societies and on our planet. And that I'm also reminded to repeat something that the Ascension Brotherhood have shared with us, which is that be with the awake.
Yes.
Be present for the drowsy.
Right.
But hang out with those that are awake so that you can sustain and nourish your own awakened consciousness with greater ease.
And if you have found this community, it means right after this broadcast, there's a party and you can be there. And hopefully you're learning about that in the chat right now. But the after party is hosted by our extraordinary long-term self-ascension masters that are willing to be there with you and unpack, digest. And I just want to share it with all of you to remember that we are in the middle right now of the 6 initiations. And that if you have not jumped into Monday, you need to. You just bottom line need to. If you are here now, be a part of this. Go be a part of it. Get the what's been going on, because what happened in Initiation 4 has really set the stage for what's going to happen when we come together August 28th, 1 week from Monday, when we go into Luxor together. We will harness that ascension frequency into this very formed experience. Go to ShriAndKira.com right now today. Connect with the Evasive Dream Practice. Go to the ensoulments. Learn more. Connect with what's happening, because you are not alone. You have just found tribe, and we are here loving you. And Shri, I want to give a follow-up, because we're not often on the air long enough to get a follow-up, but I want to give this quick follow-up because Cosmonian Starlight gave us so much wonderful content today. Hi, Angel. I just wanted to share this. Thanks a lot, you guys. I love you so much. I was crying when you talked about my contact. And as soon as you were talking, my most special friend in the entire world texted me. No coincidence. We love you so much. And we love all of you. This is the moment at hand to remember that it is, as Archangel Zadkiel shared with Shri and I so many years ago, that the Yoga of Self-Ascension is the gift of peace, love, and joy, stabilizing this foundation of form so that the master may fully embody to be the ascended presence. As Shri has shared with you so many times, you do not need to die to ascend. To be the living energy of ascension takes a moment of focus, and it's worth everything considered a sacrifice. You are here because you are ready, and I am here loving you.
Beloved ones, let's just quietly breathe that love in, knowing that you are the truth expressed through the form. And as we breathe together, smiling at this interchange that we've enjoyed, this exchange of energies and wisdoms and invitations.
And love,
that there's more to come. So for right now, be content with this. Tune into the after party and know that as with every breath you take, all is truly well. We love you.
we love you so much. Thank you for joining us at Shri and Kira Live. To have your questions answered, send us an email to guest@shriandkiraradio.com and check out more information at shriandkira.com. See you next week.